What's going on, viewers? Damian Bartoni here from Fox West, Texas. Last week I spoke to Doug McDermott. This week I got someone that actually was the first current Spurs player that I've ever interviewed, Zach Collins, when I was an intern at Kents 5. Now I'm a full-time TV boy, and he's a full-time basketball player for the Spurs, killing it. Zach, my brother, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Can't complain. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely, bro. It's been a long time, right? Last year, whenever we were talking, it was a far different scenario, right? Like, you were coming into the season, you were telling me, like, man, what a year to kind of like pick up where I left off, right? Depending, looking at where the team was at. And I feel like for you, bro, the first couple of months, it was a little bit rocky. You were trying to still find your footing, but as the season closed out, man, you started to play really, really well. Tell me, what was like a big reason for that?
Just kind of sticking to it, sticking to my routine, like you said. The first couple of months, we're still trying to figure out, really what my role was going to be. Guys were kind of in and out of the lineup, and it was just something to get used to. But eventually, I was able to come into my own a little bit, and then obviously when I got the starting spot later in the year, that kind of frees up your game because you're going to be playing a lot. And you're not afraid to go out there and take more chances. So that was definitely the thing for me, just staying in the process, staying in my routine, and knowing that the tide was going to turn.
And you and I are MMA fans, bro. You were kind of like Dominic Cruz, man. Dominic Cruz had some injuries, right? He had to find his footing. He took a fight against Takea. He won it, but it was like a questionable decision, right? Then all of a sudden he got back on his groove and really started to show himself, right? And you're in the same boat with that. You really started to come on strong. And, you just embodied what I think the Spurs need for this next generation. You're tough. You don't take anything from anyone. You just like to play basketball, bro. And I feel like you fit the Spurs culture. Do you also feel that way as well?
Yeah, I just like to go out there, like you said, and play basketball. I'm at my happiest when I'm playing the game. So, anytime I can just have more reps of that and just playing a lot of minutes, I wish I could play 48 minutes every game. I just love playing the game and love the process of it all. And the way the Spurs organization is ran, everything is very first class, and to be a part of that, it only helps you level up your game more. Like the opportunities to get better, they're always there. It's just a matter of if us as players take advantage of it with the Spurs. So very thankful that I'm here doing it this way.
Absolutely, and it's been really, really fun to watch you develop and grow into the player that you were last year. And I think, man, you're on a really nice trajectory because you're going to have another opportunity to start. We all know the Spurs are going to pick very high in the draft this year, right? We all know where they're going to go with that. But that's also at your position, right? You and Victor Wembanyama will be battling it out in practice. I wish I could be there to see what y'all are going to be doing. Bro, are you excited for that as a competitor, to have someone of that caliber on the team and battle with him every day?
Yeah, it's not every day you go against somebody that's 3 or 4 inches taller than you, when you're a 7-footer. So just that alone is always fun, man. It's always, and on top of that, as talented as this kid is, we're all just excited to have him on the team and to, introduce him to how we do things here, help him along the way. I think, again, going back to the organization, man, I think there's not many other places better to start your career than San Antonio, just because of their culture, their pedigree of winning, So I think all that's going to help them. But as far as competition goes, we're going to go at it every single day. Every practice we had this year was super competitive, so it's only going to get even more and more competitive. So we're looking forward to having them.
Bro, it reminds me of like a really good left tackle against a really good defensive end, just going at it. Bro, oh my goodness, Zach. I wish I was going to be there to watch those battles, bro. Hey, it's like Conor McGregor and Khabib, bro. Just going at it, bro. Oh man, I almost cursed. See, I'm just excited to see. I wish I was there.
That's the fun part of it, man. Just competing, man. That's why we do what we do, man. We love competing, so we're all looking forward to it.
And bro, it was interesting because when I spoke to you again last year, I was telling you were like the vet on the team. You were like one of the older players on such a young squad. Did you kind of feel that way too as the season progressed? Did you kind of feel like you were kind of given a role of not necessarily like full-time leadership like Pop, but did you kind of feel like you were stepping into that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're just so young. Anytime you're older than 23, 24 years old, you're considered a vet and somebody that the guys have to look up to. So, when you come into a locker room every day, the way you carry yourself, even if you're not being a vocal leader, you got to lead by example. So it's definitely something that you walk into being on this team, and I'll try to embrace that for sure.
And we're in the off season, bro. I know you're out there. Where are you at in Cali, or where are you at in Nevada? Where are you at?
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, Vegas. So, man, what have you been up to, man? How's the off season treating you? I know it's hot as hell down here in Texas. I can only imagine what it's like in Vegas.
You know what's crazy, man? The weather here has been. I've never seen a summer like this, man. Like, I woke up today and it was like 68 degrees outside.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know what's going on. Like, it's kind of been like that through. I got here probably towards the end of April, and we've had maybe one day of 100 degrees plus. Other than that, it's been in the 90s, so it's been weird. But as far as just what I've been doing, man, I've just been trying to stay in the gym, get in shape, work on my game, work on things I need to get better at. Having a really good routine out here. And on top of that, all my family and most of my friends live out here, man. So just, enjoying my time off, enjoying seeing them. We don't get a lot of time during our season because we're moving so much to just sit back and, talk and have dinner with my parents and my grandmother. So that's it, man. Just been laying low.
And I just got a couple more for you, man. I know this season, I believe you're entering, the final year of your deal with the Spurs, but it seems like you already take that chip on your shoulder underdog mentality. Do you feel like you're going to have that even more so now that, you're kind of coming into a situation where, I'm not saying you're playing for your career, but you're playing for a spot here on the Spurs on top of a contract as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that's, to sit here and say that wouldn't be in the back of my mind, I'd be lying, but I think when I think I'll accept that. I accept that, this year is a big year for me individually as far as what my career is going to play out after this. But, I think when you put the focus on the team, and like I said, you stick to your routine, which I did last year, and I'm going to do the same thing this year. I stick to my routine and try to win as many games as we can. I think the contract stuff will take care of itself. I think, you never want to go into a season thinking like, okay, the only reason I'm motivated this year is because of the contract.
Absolutely.
I hope that I get paid. I've never been about that, and I'm gonna, this year it's all about getting our team better and trying to win games. So that's where I'm at.
Absolutely, brother. And just one of my final ones for you. Like I said, bro, one of the things that really made me so excited to talk to you is the MMA stuff. We were talking a little bit about it last year. I don't know. Did you see Charles Oliveira beat Beneil Dariush the other night? Last week?
I did. I paid for that card. I watched that one.
Bro, what did you think about that fight? Just tell me what you thought about Charles and Benny, man.
You know what? I didn't know too much about Benny.
Uh-huh.
I only knew about his last couple fights.
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira. Everybody knows Charles.
Yeah.
I would say whenever I watch Charles fight, man, it's always like a time bomb almost.
Yeah.
It's always like he gonna stand with you, and then all of a sudden he's gonna take a shot and say like, "Nah, you get on the mat."
Yeah.
We Jiu-Jitsu, and then he'll surprise you, and he'll just rock somebody
Yep.
you're not expecting, and then they go down, and then he jumps on top of him. Like with Charles, man, like I just feel like, with the exception of the Islam fight, man, it's always like a time bomb. Like, he's gonna get you. He's either gonna get you on the feet now, because I think he hits harder than most people give him credit for.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you see these guys get rocked when they're expecting, a jiu-jitsu fight, and they get rocked. It's crazy. So,
Yep.
I love watching him fight, man. I'm usually not a huge fan. It's kind of like a casual MMA fan thing to say. I'm not usually a fan of the groundwork.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to it.
Yeah.
But I've always loved watching Charles work on the ground, so he's great.
Bro, you would be a menace in jiu-jitsu. I was kickboxing when I first spoke with you. I do jiu-jitsu now because now that I'm on TV, I can't kickbox anymore. So I do jiu-jitsu now. Yeah, exactly. And so I have 2 stripes on my white belt right now, so I'm working my way up to blue as we're here today. But bro, since you have such long legs, long limbs, oh my God, bro, you'd be a menace. You'd not be a fun time, bro. Oh my goodness, that's something maybe you got to pick up, bro. I mean, after your career, maybe. I don't know if you've ever be down for that.
I would love to do it when my career's over. The problem with doing it now is you worry about hurting your joints,
Absolutely.
your ligaments and all that stuff. So, but I definitely want to do it after I retire, and I don't have to worry about contract stipulations anymore.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I definitely want to get into it, man. Funny you say that. My buddy I grew up with, he just got into jiu-jitsu in the last couple of months.
Uh-huh.
And it was something that he just wanted to try. and he tried like a few free classes, and now he's hooked, and he's paying for it like 2-3 times a week. So,
oh man,
everybody loves it, man. Everybody says it's great.
Yeah, bro. I have a competition in August actually, so I'm super excited. I'm not like Zach Collins on the court in terms of Jiu Jitsu, man. There's no comparison. I'm not that good yet, but I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. But hey, man, my last one for you, bro. Obviously, we're in the midst of the offseason. The NBA draft is next week. There's so much to look forward to now, especially with this team. Even before the number one pick, but now it's like there's so much buzz surrounding the Spurs. And I love the quote that Terry Bradshaw said. He said, "Man, San Antonio and Coach Pop, they've been quiet for far too long." Are you excited? Are you anticipating to make a lot of noise this year?
We definitely are gonna be better than we were last year. We've had a lot of core guys that have been on this team, and now we're coming into my third year with the team, and I feel like we've just gotten better every single year individually. Our rookies last year were really good, and they've had a whole year to grow and to fail and to learn. And like you said, on top of that, we have a very high draft pick that's going to help us out a lot. So I'm very excited. I hope that we all can take a leap this summer. And I think I said it. We're going to go as far as our defense takes us next year. We have to be better defensively, and I think if we can lock in on that, the offense is going to come for sure. So I'm excited, man. I'm really looking forward to it. We got a good group of guys, and we're hungry for sure.